The galaxy had always mocked humanity for its stubbornness, but nothing prepared them for this. When Commander Will Watson crash-landed on a frozen alien world, he expected death, or at least imprisonment. Instead, he found an 8-foot queen who laughed at the very idea of breeding with a human, a joke, an impossibility. Yet fate has a way of turning ridicule into revolution. Because when the laughter died, she discovered the impossible had already begun growing inside her, and that child would change everything. If you're already hooked, you know this isn't just another space story. It's humanity at its boldest. So before we dive deeper into this incredible tale, make sure to hit like, tap subscribe, and share this with someone who loves bold, humans are special moments. Trust me, you'll want to follow along, because this story is about to push interstellar imagination to its limits. The shuttle tore through the alien sky like a wounded animal, its hull screaming against the atmosphere. Commander Will Watson wrestled with the failing controls, every light on his panel flashing red. "Come on, just a little longer," he muttered, sweat mixing with blood from a cut above his eye. The ground surged up, white and endless. Then, impact. Silence followed. Smoke curled from the wreck. Will unstrapped, grabbed his survival gear and pushed into the frozen wilderness. The air bit hard, the snow swallowed his knees, and yet something worse pressed on him, the feeling of being watched. That feeling proved right. From the storm stepped a figure that dwarfed him, 8 feet tall, armored in scales that glinted like fire under the gray light. Her hair, copper and flowing, crowned a face both regal and terrifying, and her weapon, a fusion of spear and plasma, pointed directly at his chest. "Well," Will breathed, raising his hands in mock surrender. "Hello there." Her golden eyes narrowed. When she spoke, her voice rolled deep, smooth, commanding. "You have trespassed in the sovereign territory of the Solarian Empire, human. I am Queen Aurelia, and you are my prisoner." The outpost's doors sealed shut behind them, cutting off the storm's howl. Emergency lights glowed amber, painting Queen Aurelia's massive form in firelight. Will leaned casually against a console, though every instinct screamed at him to stay alert. "You're remarkably calm for a prisoner," Aurelia observed, her weapon still at the ready. "Prisoner?" Will grinned. "Feels more like reluctant roommates at this point." Her lips curved, almost a smirk. "Humans are smaller, weaker, primitive. The very idea of breeding with one of you is laughable." Will tilted his head, pretending offense. "Funny, I was just hoping for shelter. Anything beyond that? Pure bonus." Her golden eyes flashed. "You dare to proposition me?" "Wouldn't dream of it, Your Majesty. I'm just suggesting we both won't survive long if this place collapses. And besides..." He lowered his voice, just enough to tease. "You haven't captured me yet." For the first time, she laughed, rich and sharp, though edged with disbelief. "Persistent human, always reaching beyond your grasp." Will only smiled, meeting her gaze without flinching. In that small, tense silence, the storm outside seemed to fade. Something else was beginning to spark, something neither of them fully understood. The mountain shook with a sudden explosion. Rock and ice thundered down, sealing the outpost's entrance in a storm of dust. Without thinking, Will lunged, tackling the towering queen to the ground. They hit hard, his armored body pressed against hers as debris crashed around them. When silence returned, their eyes locked in the dim emergency glow. Aurelia's golden gaze, usually so sharp, softened with something unfamiliar. Curiosity. "You risked your life for me," she murmured, almost accusing. Will smirked, though his heart pounded. "What can I say? Humans have a thing for dramatic rescues." For a long moment, neither moved. Then, slowly, Aurelia reached out, fingertips tracing the cut on his brow. Her touch burned, alien, electric, alive. "You are fragile," she whispered, and yet fearless. Will lifted a hand, brushing a copper strand of her hair away. Sometimes madness makes the most sense. The kiss came like lightning, heat, fire, a collision of worlds that should have been impossible. Yet in that madness, barriers crumbled. Queen and prisoner no longer, only two beings caught in something larger than empires. And somewhere, deep in the fabric of biology itself, an impossible spark was lit. The storm had passed, but a new storm brewed inside the Queen. Days after their reckless union, Aurelia began to change. At first, it was subtle. Her skin pulsed faintly with light, her body temperature spiked. But then came the trembling hands, the sharp gasps, the way her golden eyes glowed unnaturally bright. Something was happening to her. In a frozen cave, Will scanned her vitals with his suit, his breath caught at the readings. Aurelia, this can't be right. She steadied herself against the stone wall, her voice low, almost reverent. Say it. You're pregnant, Will whispered. For a heartbeat, silence. Then a laugh escaped her, rich and incredulous. Impossible. Our species are not compatible. Try telling that to my scanner, Will said, showing her the data, and to, well, whatever's growing inside you. Her expression shifted. Shock, awe, then a dangerous smile. The council will rage. The purists will scream. But She placed a hand over her abdomen, glowing faintly beneath her touch. I carry proof that humans are not weak, proof that change has already begun. Will stepped closer, his voice steady. Then we protect it, no matter what comes. And war, Aurelia knew, was already coming.